I'm now joined by Sanjay Lazar. He's an aviation expert and CEO at Avilas Consultants to share his insights on IndiGo's business class plans in India. Sanjay, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Sanjay, to begin with, now, what do you think this essentially entails for IndiGo? Will they look perhaps to target a niche segment of flyers who may, at this point in time at least, be looking to graduate from economy or premium economy to the business class sector?
Good evening, Nupur. Thank you for having me. First of all, this is not something that IndiGo pulled out of the hat yesterday. Let's understand that they advertised below the radar a year and a half ago for cabin crew trainers on wide body who had experience in business class and first class premium classes with international airlines. So at the back, they've been working on something like this for at least 18 months or 16 months, if I'm not wrong. They've planned a business class segment because IndiGo is currently the gold standard of LCCs, without a doubt. Their numbers yesterday reinforced that. And I think in India, given the kind of traffic we see, you have to understand IndiGo is a monopoly carrier in almost 517 sectors across India. That's about 4,500 flights a week. And they beat out the next competitor by thousands of flights. In that sense, they have a complete control over the markets that they operate in. They are now moving towards a hybrid carrier, something we had foreseen almost a year ago. And they will, it's only a matter of replacing a couple of economy class seats in the front and, bringing a business class product or a premium class product. Let's not say it's a full business class. I expect it will be, somewhere midway between, the top end business class and what you've got in a premium economy. They would target new economy class or premium economy class passengers who are operating on the other full service carriers. And they'd probably price it about 20% lower than the current full service carriers to suck in, the value customers.
Right now, how do you obviously think that they will differentiate from the full business class, but how do you think they are going to stack up against an Air India or a Vistara, which already have that offering? Perhaps, because IndiGo flies overseas as well, so there'll be other overseas players also.
For their overseas market, they have the the XLR coming in and the 350, which will probably come in 27, as they suggest. But I do believe this is a test market. They're going to test market this on heavy duty sectors like, I'd say Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, the premium sectors where the loads are very high. Now you take a Bombay, Delhi fare on an Air India or a Vistara, it compares very favorably to an IndiGo fare. They're almost on par. Though IndiGo is a low-cost carrier, perceived to be a low-cost carrier, you look at the business class on a Vistara, which would be 26 to 32,000. IndiGo can nicely fit in a premium product, which is not all bells and whistles like maybe the Vistara or the Air India, and still compete very, very strongly because that's what Indians want. We want value, and there is of course the Ambanis and the Tatas and the high-end corporate people who want the Emirates and the Dom Perignon and the high frills business class. But there is a very large segment of people who have been untapped, who are now moving to the premium economy, who will jump into this class. Let me tell you, IndiGo has tapped a vein which is rich with a flow of passengers that they're going to really harvest over the next few years.
So you believe, Sanjay, that it's going to be the price point that is going to be key as far as IndiGo is concerned. The other point, of course, will be that is IndiGo looking perhaps as this a viable option to increase their markets, to capture more markets? Is that something that's probably been thought of? As you said, it's been in the works, you seem to point out, for a while now.
It has been in the works, and at least that's what I've seen on documented. But coming to the point, are they, it's not only price point. They will tighten up service. The fact that they've looked out for cabin crew trainers in the premium classes over the last year and a half, they've obviously looked at improving their training standards and their service qualities. I expect hot meals to come in. I expect some IFE, which they've already announced on a test market on Delhi, Goa. I expect a frequent flyer program. I can see them, they're laying out the roadmap to become a very, very strong competitor on the international market, not as a low-cost carrier, but as a hybrid high-end product where they'll have a mix of both. And, I can only see success for them. I'd say they'd be in the top 10 of the world, as hybrid carriers in the next 3 to 5 years. I think Mr. Bhatia has somewhere been on record saying he'd like to double revenues by 2030. This is the only way. You're increasing headroom. This is the way you upsell your product, because, they're achieving cash profitability on the first 30 to 40%. Their break even is 50% on an aircraft. The remaining 50% is theirs to toy with. So you get the higher buckets of price. Plus, now you have the front end to play with for really high profits. And I can see that happening.
Right, absolutely, Sanjay. Of course, very, very optimistic on IndiGo's plans. Thank you very much, Sanjay, for joining us on the broadcast. IndiGo, of course, is aiming to start this product offering by August, which is when IndiGo turns 18. Now, on that note, we slip into a very short break. On the other side, we bring you more. Stay with us. Our focus, of course, will be on the 6th phase of Lok Sabha elections.